What's up, my name is Richie, and today we are creating animated logos, or basically anything that is animated in Fortnite Creative via a very simple trick. But before we start, I want to give community shoutouts from now on. So the first shoutout goes to the second Pacer, which posted some amazing screenshots of his modern house into my Discord. And the craziest thing is that this guy doesn't even have a creator code. So do me a favor and go to his Instagram, follow him there. He's almost at 1,000 followers. So give him that follow. But with that being said, let's get right on how to make animated logos. What you need for animated logos is basically only one thing, and that is the matchmaking portal. So you can see if we take this aside, that this is a matchmaking portal. And how matchmaking portals work, if you go into them, you can set an island code, and this island code is linked to a picture, which is called a thumbnail. So if we go to our island here, and then we check the description tab, you can see that there's a thumbnail here, which shows in the matchmaking portal. You can set a thumbnail by going to set photo here, and then you can see you can fly around and do a thumbnail. So, and you can see here that I have different photos of different angles of the YouTube logo. This is called frame by frame animation, and if you want to know more about this, I highly recommend checking out animation channels. There is a very good one which is called Alan Becker, which explains a lot of animation stuff. But basically what you have to do is create different poses of a thing that you want to move, and then put the poses next to each other or behind each other, or however you want to animate that stuff, and then let them roll after each other. We can do this obviously with channels. So this device has different channels which you can enable and disable. I'll come to that in a second. But what you basically want to do is create different maps, or like different map codes with different thumbnails. So there are a few things which you have to take care of if you take these photos. Forget that is important. If you want to have a clear background, I would not use anything from the cube gallery or the other galleries. This is a billboard which is stretched out. So you can see here, this is a billboard with the background color to white. The reason why I'm using the billboard and not some other white blocks is because the billboard has no shadows, so it looks super clean, and it also doesn't reflect anything from the air, like no clouds or whatever. So that is very nice for having a clear background. Obviously, if you want to have a normal background, you can do that as well. So what you want to do is you want to create a scene that you want to take a photo of. So we just have the YouTube logo here, and then what you want to do is take a screenshot of this with obviously your map. Go into set photo, and then you take a screenshot like this. The next thing that you want to do then is publish the map. You go into here and then go to tools, publish map, and then you will get a code for the map. That code you're going to put into one of the matchmaking devices. The photo of the map will appear in the matchmaking device, and the next thing you have to do is you're going to duplicate this map. So you can do this by going back to your hub. So then obviously you go to your console again, then you're going to duplicate the island that your logo is on, or that whatever you created is on. Make sure that it's not the first, because if the first, you cannot duplicate that. So just put a different island on top, and then just duplicate the one that you're just in. So we're going to rename that to 8. What we have next is an exact copy of that island with our logo on. Then we go into my island. You can see that we don't have a code yet. We have a thumbnail for whatever reason. I think this is a bug or whatever, but it doesn't matter too much. Then we want to go into description and then set a new photo. And you can see normally the camera should be at the same position as on the other island. If that is not the case, try to duplicate it again. You really need this. So since we know that our camera is good and is on the exact same spot, we can go here and copy everything on our logo, or everything that we want to change, and then make sure that it doesn't move too much. And then obviously we want to rotate it, so we can go here and just rotate it. If you want to do a frame by frame animation, I highly recommend doing as little steps as possible. So for example, this would be the next step. You can go into my island again, set a photo, and you can see that this is slightly has changed. The one important thing is that you don't move the camera whatsoever. So if it just slightly moves up or whatever, just redo it. So just hold your camera very still, take a photo. The next thing is obviously then publish your map, and then put the map code that you get into the matchmaking devices. So the next step then obviously would be to repeat the whole process, duplicate the island, make a new photo, change the scene, and then put them all into matchmaking devices. And then the next thing you have to do is just stack them into each other. You want to give them channels first though. So for the settings into the device, you obviously set the island code on top here, set island title, matchmaking title, and island details to no, and then put in channel 1 and 2. And then you go into the next one, then 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, and how many things you have. All you have to do is just put them into each other like this. And you can already see that even though I don't have any channels connected to this now, like nothing is running here, the animation still works because it's like kind of like glitchy, you can say. So you can already have an animation even without having like channels. But if you want to make it fully animated, then you can obviously use a music sequencer, set the music sequencer to like 30. I think it works the best for if you put the triggers into tiles. So 30 works the best for me, but you can obviously play around with that yourself, and then set the looping to infinite, so it will still loop all the time. So for the triggers, you want to have a system where you want to have one matchmaking device appear and all the others should be disabled. So this is the first one and all the others are disabled. This is the second one and all the others disabled, and so on. So it is a very simple system and it's not hard on the triggers whatsoever. But I think it can give a really cool effect, and you can obviously create some really cool stuff. One thing which I'm working on is a running animation. You can see it's like almost there. But obviously it takes a lot of work to get like complex animations. But hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you could learn something new and create your own little animations. Obviously it depends on how much time you want to put into this. So that's it with the video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe. Obviously that would help me a lot. Join the Discord if you want to, and I will see you guys back in my next video. Bye.